On the 12th of June 2021, Christian Eriksen was 29 years old, playing the best football of his career and walking into the Parken Stadium in Copenhagen as Denmark's most important player. 18 minutes later, he was on the floor, and nobody, not his teammates, not the medical staff, not the 16,000 people watching, knew if he was going to get back up. To understand what happened that day, you need to understand who Eriksen actually was, not the version that drifted through his final years at Tottenham, disconnected and fading, but the player before that. At Ajax, he was the architect of one of Dutch football's most attractive modern sides. At Tottenham in his peak years, he contributed to over 30 goals per season. By any credible metric, one of the top 10 attacking midfielders in the world. The move to Inter Milan was a reset. He arrived at Euro 2020 as Denmark's player to watch. He never got the chance. The 43rd minute, Denmark in possession. He collapses. No contact, no challenge. He simply fell. The Denmark players, many of them in tears, many visibly shaking. For 14 minutes, football did not matter. Commentators fell silent. Both managers stood motionless. The stadium moved between silence and desperate applause, a sound unlike anything else in sport. At 6:28 p.m., Eriksen was stretchered from the pitch. His eyes were open. He was conscious, a sudden cardiac arrest caused by a condition that had shown no prior symptoms. The solution was an implantable cardioverter defibrillator. A player with an implanted cardiac device was ineligible to compete. Inter Milan could not field him. In December 2021, Eriksen's contract was mutually terminated. Not because of ability, because of a rule. The football world moved on. Eriksen did not. He was training. He was waiting. And then, in January 2022, Brentford made a phone call. Brentford were a newly promoted Premier League side, built on finding value where others had not looked. In Eriksen, they saw something the rest of the Premier League had decided was too complicated. In England, the regulations differed. The assessment was individualised. Eriksen passed it. His first appearance back against Newcastle United, February 2022, 62 minutes, 87% pass completion. He did not look like a man returning from the most traumatic experience of his career. He looked like a footballer. Manchester United came calling that summer. And by the 2022-23 season, Eriksen was not a sentimental signing. He was starting. He was performing. The calm in the chaos. The player who knew where the ball needed to go before it arrived. Christian Eriksen, on the other side of a cardiac arrest, was playing some of the best football of his career. Christian Eriksen chose to come back. Whether that was brave or reckless, or both, is a question football still hasn't answered. There are more stories like this one on this channel. Subscribe and you won't miss the next one.